be afraid.
We've got class. We gotta bounce out early.
Have a seat, folks. Welcome. I've been waiting for this moment, actually not since the beginning of the school year, but since I was a little girl. Growing up in West Phoenix, yes, there are black people in Phoenix. I'm one of them, and I have family members who are there still now. But growing up in West Phoenix in the early 70s, late 70s, early 80s, on what we call the West Side, Back then the West Side was mostly white, and it was sprinkled with Mexicans and blacks. And back then, yes, we were called black, they were called Mexicans, and white people have been called white people since the erasure of white ethnicity. And when I was a little girl, the music we listened to was soul, or at least that's what the people of color, that back then, which were the black and brown folks, referred to as soul, as what we now call R&B, and what they now call neo-soul, which I think is a bogus label because it's really just soul repackaged for us. So I never quite understood the rift that happened between the blacks and the Mexicans. Every year, around the same time, and some of you will laugh at this word, there would be this rumor of a rumble that was going to happen. There was going to be this rumble in the fields between the blacks and the Mexicans. I don't know if this was you all's experience, and it was something that I didn't get as a child. I'm like, why are the blacks and the Mexicans always going to fight when we're outnumbered and outgunned? It seems like we have more in common, and that there was a common oppressor and a common oppression we felt because of our epidermal reality, because of skin tone, and because of last names, and because of hair. That there was these differences that we all experienced at the level of the body. So why was it that every year there was going to be this rumble? Because we knew I was bad, I thought that we were more likely different. And I could look at some of the kids in my class and saw that a lot of them were nearly as dark as me. Some of them had hair as curly as some of the people in my family. And I would look, and now I think about, if you all know De La Soul, you can sing this song, rap this along with me. People think they just my person by stating I'm darkly packed. I know this, so I point at Q-Tip and he says, black is black. So I was always confused by this. We dance the same dances. So back then we were listening to Gap Band, right? Who else? Midnight Star, Run DMC, right? So everyone, we were all doing this. This was the pump it up. Call it the pump it up back then. In Phoenix, we call it the Smurf, right? I think y'all call it the ET, or in LA they call it the ET. So we were all doing these dances, right? And so then when it came time, when I started learning salsa, that you just need me to add footwork to this? That ain't nothing. I got that. I got it. What you want? What you want? I'll give it to you, huh? So I didn't understand this. And now, so in many ways, this two weeks intensive has been brewing within me my whole entire life. And the political situation in my home, Arizona, compels me into action. But I'm not in Phoenix. I'm in Chicago, at the Dance Center of Columbia College Chicago, where we currently work to undo systemic racism that has historically closed collegiate doors throughout the U.S. to dancers from the African diaspora. So this intensive endeavors to also address that rift. All of us are here today because we dance. We are dancers who write, teach, perform, create, watch, dance. The distinguished panelists today will explore the politics of blackness or Africanness in motion, in concert and social dance. They interrogate the decided absence or exoticized presence of blackness dancing around, in, and through Latin